Have you ever been going about your day and like you've got the TV on in the background, but you're not really paying attention to it? It's more so just noise so that you don't feel alone in your house as you clean or do whatever else you got to do. And then you'll have one of those moments where something will be said on the TV and you'll be like, whoa, wait, what did that say? Like, you'll stop what you're doing and shift your focus to the TV because it said something that caught your attention. You know what I'm talking about? So what if I told you that that's what's happening with God's voice? That's why you feel like you can't hear him, because you're so distracted that he's not really saying anything that's catching your attention. Because the truth is, he's constantly speaking. He is. We just don't always have our attention turned to him. Think about all of the things that you do in your day. You scroll on your phone, you clean, you cook, you take care of everyone's schedules, you go to work, you go to sleep, you do all of these things. But how much time are we paying attention to what God's saying? I think that a lot of times we just expect it to be this big grand thing where he's like, listen to my voice. And that's not how it works. He's always speaking. He's always dropping little hints, but we are the ones who aren't paying attention. So for the ones of us who feel like we do hear God's voice clearly, I guarantee you, every single person who feels like they can hear God's voice clearly will tell you a story about how he got their attention. And from that point on, they practiced learning to hear him better. Because from that point on, they were paying closer attention. They weren't as distracted or as aloof as they were before. So if you feel like you're struggling to hear God's voice, chances are that it's not because he doesn't want to speak to you, and it's not because he's not talking. It's that you're probably too distracted. You're probably not giving him enough of your active attention. Because on the other hand, sometimes people will say, well, I listen. Well, I did the exercise in your book where you sit and listen and I didn't hear anything, so I just moved about my day. That's like saying, yeah, I tried to watch that TV show, but the first 30 seconds were just really boring, so I quit watching it. Give him a chance, would you? Like a real chance. Give him a real chance. Have you ever sat down with someone and only gave them 5 minutes of your time to prove that they were interesting enough to talk to? No, we will give human beings at least an hour, maybe more, before we decide that we don't ever want to speak to them again or that they must not have anything interesting to say. We give people so many chances because we desire that connection, and yet we seem to not desire that same connection with God. Because if we did truly desire it, we would do what it takes. We would actually sit down and have a conversation and give him the time to speak. But I understand that this is still a struggle for some people. Some people really, truly want and feel like they need someone else to grab their hand and walk them through the process. And if that's what you feel like you need, that's okay. But do what you need to do to get what you need in order to have that relationship with him. Because the truth is, we don't need anything extra. We need the dedication to be able to sit down and cultivate a relationship with him. But a lot of times we don't have the patience for that. And so we feel like we need someone to come alongside us to tell us to keep going. Someone who is going to keep us accountable and not let us give up. And if that's what you need, I would love to be that person for you. In fact, I launched my mentorship group this month, and this is the month that we are talking about how to hear God's voice better. And I'm going to be discussing some things in this group that I haven't discussed in other places, because in this group we're really moving from hearing about what we should do to actually doing it. The Bible says to be doers of the word, not hearers only. So if you need someone to give you that push to make sure that you are doing the word, this is going to be the place for you. That's in my profile if you want to check it out and join us. I'm really, really excited about this group and just the phenomenal amount of growth that I know is going to come from it. But like I said, if you feel like a mentorship group is not for you right now, there are still other resources available. I have this book that I wrote called 7 Days to a Life of Limitless, where the whole first chapter is about how to hear God's voice. I have a journal that goes with it that is 120 question prompts that helps you practice listening to God. Both of those are available on TikTok Shop on Amazon, or you can get signed copies at yourfriendcaitlin.com. Or you can go back and watch all of the free videos on my page that may help you to get deeper in your relationship with Him. Regardless, 2025 is the year where the gloves come off. We have seen over the past 4 years that the enemy is not taking it easy on us. So it's time that we stop taking it easy on him. Remove the excuses, get out there and do what you need to do, and let's go.